up, everybody? Tonight is a special episode. We are celebrating 1 year of live streaming. That's right. The Queen Talk podcast has been live and on the airwaves for a whole year now. So tonight starts season 2. I hope you guys are ready. Here we go. That's Dom on the beat. Y'all ready to talk to the Queen? Check me out. You can call me Queen. What? Everybody pay attention because you're talking to me. Y'all ready to talk to the Queen? Say that again. Talk your shit, Queen. I know you lying. Sheesh. Everybody pay attention because you're talking to me. Woo. You can call me Queen. Talk your shit, Queen. That's Dom on the beat. And I'm back. As you know, it is Queen Talk o'clock. And welcome to the Queen Talk podcast, y'all. I'm super excited about tonight because we have made it to season 2. Go Queen. Go King. Queen of building. Season 2. Hold your deuces up. Hey. It's a party tonight, y'all. I hope y'all ready. As you know, I'm your host with the absolute most. Give it up for Queen Dom, y'all. And joining me from my crew, the illustrious Lean. Okay, she came in hot. Give it up for Smiley. Oh, he didn't put on a sweatshirt today, y'all.
Hey, he got the guns up. He got the guns up.
He didn't put them up. And last but certainly not least, give it up for K. Marie.
Hey,
hello. Hi.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing? Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Let's go around the room. How's everybody's mental health today?
Good. Nobody tested me today.
What?
Good thing. That's a good thing.
This child here. Nobody tested me today.
Y'all ain't get y'all shots today?
You didn't get the shots. That's what I was saying. Y'all ain't getting no shots today.
Shots. Fill me in. What I
No
missed?
shots today.
I went to work today. I'm sorry. I was completely out of
No, because my job usually give us, shots, but no, we probably get one tomorrow because it's real business, real talk tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Like shots from last week.
Wait, you was lost.
I was so lost. Let me take one more sip of this. Hold on.
I wonder what was going on.
That was all my fault. I'm sorry I threw everybody off. I'm just so excited about tonight.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
It started out. I feel like Biggie Smalls. It was all a dream. And here we go. A whole year later, still going full throttle.
That's crazy.
I know it doesn't feel like a year, huh? Actually, on
this not
day,
at all.
July 19th is when we got established. So when
that's crazy.
The day that our pilot episode aired, I'll do like a special tribute for that one.
All
right, so y'all ready for this?
I like that.
Y'all ready for this shit talking to begin?
Yeah. Oh
yeah, ready.
It was a good time. I'm always ready. I hope it's the same way.
Yes. Now, Smiley, as you remember, as I mentioned last week, because we went over time, you're gonna start this week with this week's questions. But before we get into it, we're gonna do a flashback from our very first episode. So y'all,
Lord.
Let me pull this up right quick.
And I'm saying that because I had a conversation with one of my cousins, and she was like, "I'm done, and I ain't giving nothing. I ain't doing nothing." He it all out.
What you figure, no. I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna do that.
No. This is not. I don't want to. I'm calling Crystal a unicorn. There ain't no damn women out there that's just like literally women. when you create them vows and y'all say, I give my body to you, you give your body to me, sex should not be off the table because you mad.
Exactly. That's
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
That should be now. See, that should be part of the law, not just
Ah, King Don coming
That
with
needs to be a part of the law.
that needs to be a part of the law. Now, those of you who are tuning in, that conversation in particular was about marriage and how when one of the couple involved gets upset, they usually withhold sex from the other partner. And we were discussing whether or not it's fair to withhold sex from your partner if you guys are married. So that's where that came from, and we had a lot of fun that day. I will never forget. So to shake things up before I give Smiley the floor, guys. All right, y'all ready for this? Ah! Now, I want you to dig deep into your memory bank or your thought process. Okay. And we're going to do something interesting. All right. So, you guys ready? It doesn't matter who goes first.
Okay.
ladies always first.
Oh, ladies first. He going to grab the ideas from y'all. But this is going to be a good one. Okay. Now,
Okay.
I want you guys to replace one word of a movie title with coochie.
Coochie talks.
Coochie talks. Oh
With that
my
booty
god!
talk?
Yeah, like money talks.
Like,
Coochie
wait
talks.
a minute! What's booty talk? Is that a porn site?
What?
I think Smiley called out a different one. What you was talking about?
What did I say? I missed
No, you
it that
said it
quick.
right.
Talk, I said like booty talk.
Yes.
But it's supposed to be money talk.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Money talks. Smiley, what you gotta say?
Money talks.
Coochie Day.
What movie was that?
Training Day.
Training Day.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Coochie Day. That's hilarious. Lean.
Coochie Day.
Only thing I can think about this phase coming to Coochie.
Coming to Coochie.
Coming to America.
That's hilarious. I got one too. Y'all ready for this one?
Go ahead.
James and the Giant Coochie.
James and the Giant Peach.
Yes.
James and the Giant Peach. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's Coochie got to do with it?
What's Coochie got to do with it?
A lot.
That's that power.
You're right. Everything. That shit be
Everything. Coochie makes the world go round. Y'all playing. All right. I would make y'all do one more, but I'm going to do it as a post and see what everybody says on tonight. Now, before I turn it, I know I did say I'm going to turn it over to Smiley, but I got something really interesting for you guys. All right. Those of you who are faithful with tuning in. On this evening, I want you guys to come on to our post and let us know who was your fan favorite on tonight. We will have a poll.
Dom on the beat.
And we want you guys to vote on who is your fan favorite for tonight. All right. I know y'all like surprises and stuff, but we're going to be doing some cool stuff. Now, without further ado, give it up for Smiley.
All right, Smiley. Let's see what you got. Come on.
Let's see what you got.
I had a lot of questions, but I be liking to pick questions to kind of stir some stuff up. So this is a question. So this is a question I saw. And, so the question I have is, do women have higher expectations for their mate than they did their baby daddy?
Oh, Lord.
So that's a question that I saw a couple of weeks ago, and I jotted down. I always jot down stuff. So
all right, ladies, do y'all hear that? Do you do you search for higher expectations in your mate, like in your man to be, than you did for your children's father?
let me explain what I mean.
No, you said what you said. Go ahead.
Well, no, I said what I said. I definitely
Let him
said what I said.
explain.
But I just want to make it clear. So what I mean by this is because you will see women saying, you know, I only want to date a man that make this amount of money. I only date a man that work at this type of job, but they baby daddy. And I'm not just saying baby daddy because I'm saying women too. Because I don't think. Well, I hold my opinion for later. But I'm saying both ways, vice versa. So I'm trying to say like the baby daddy work at Chick-fil-A or some shit like that. But you want a man that make $100,000 and drive a Lexus. So I just want to know, do you have high expectations for both? But go ahead, lady.
Who wants to go first? Come on, K Marie. What you got?
It looked like Lynn wanted to go.
It did, huh?
Which one of
Go
my
ahead,
baby
Lean.
daddies first? They said which one of my baby daddies, but first of all,
But first off,
I mean, one was a husband, one was a engaged. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how would you say it because the person that you meet and that happens usually not the person that they are after, you know what I'm saying? You have to be because most times if they're just a baby daddy, that means you're not together anymore. So you not getting that person that you that you had before that's calling like I love you. Now you got this is business. So you know what I'm saying? That people get ugly, especially when it's child support involved and all those things. So you don't get the same, person.
right.
I mean, even women, they got men that's taking care of their kids.
Uh-oh.
So that's me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he's back now, but
yeah, the Lord trying to tell me to shut up. But I'm gonna
like
leave that alone. Leave that baby topic alone.
hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, I think each of them have their own, nice playing jobs. So I think I pick well. I don't know about everybody else. I pick well. Yeah.
Hilarious.
I pick well. Yeah.
What you say, K Marie?
I didn't pick well.
I ain't gonna lie. That's exactly how I was gonna start. Like, listen, this is I did
Listen,
not pick well. No.
God bless me with some really good girls who are teenagers now. But at the time, if I could have got up, I should have got up. God should have tapped me on my shoulder. Somebody should have tapped me on my shoulder and said, you go on to the next one. Pass, go get your $200. But
That's not it.
go ahead on the chance. What is it? Chance or railroad, whatever it is. But anyway, listen.
Do you have the Monopoly game on your phone or something? Like, come on.
No, I don't. But I was talking. But I think there are there are some women that do. They have these baby daddies that don't do shit, and then they come like Smiley was saying that either they get like the type of car, they see the guy that has all of this and think that, or they demand that he treat them a certain way. Whereas she has this baby daddy that don't do anything. So in my opinion, I think it's true. Not every woman is that way. You got these women that are really good and don't expect their new man to take care of somebody else's business. But you do have these men that come in and they're duped. I would say they're duped into taking care of someone else's child. And it's not cool, of course. But no, to answer your question, I think there are a lot of women. 90% of women find these men that have a shitload of money, cars, they own their homes, and they link up with some of these women who really don't have anything and expect the women expect them to take care of everything, including their children who don't belong to them.
Ooh. K Marie saying a mouthful, y'all. Y'all was ready for that one? I was not ready. That is true. It was asked. I still wasn't ready.
And what, they're gonna have some people in the comment that say, no, that's not true. Shut up. It's true. Okay.
Man, that's how you talk to our fans. Come on, don't listen to K Maria, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all come in
The fans,
and let us
listen.
know what
The
y'all
fans
think.
can whatever. Sit me in a quiet room, and I have a debate with myself, with the walls. I really don't
Oh
care.
Lord.
Some of these women really don't care about the guys who they choose. They care about themselves, and they care about the gifts that man will buy for them. What he will buy for his child in the show. Like a lot of these women don't want to be with these men. They just want to be with them for the show, the gifts and the benefits that they will get, but don't even know the man's favorite color, or don't even know childhood events that really mean something to the guy. You just want the Birkin bag and all this stuff.
Yeah, but that goes back to
Okay, next.
what I was saying last week about being in a relationship is the new flex. You know what I'm saying? Because people feel like that's when you come
Exactly.
up. Like just
Yes.
having somebody is the flex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yes.
would say
That's my yes.
yes. And you said a mouthful, but I completely
I'm
get
sorry.
exactly where you're coming from. No, for real, because that is true. There are some people in the world who take advantage of others, and I don't think that is fair for them to, to do that. For me, I would say that my expectation has changed. Because for one, I have changed as a person. What's available to me now wasn't available to me, in my younger years. What I know now is much more than what I knew when I was younger. And also because I know that I'm the person who has to protect myself. Yes, the standard is higher, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what I don't want it to look like, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But not because I just gave, simps a pass or no shit like that. Like, no, there are people out there who will
I don't
allow
like
you
the
to
word
meet.
simp.
I know, but okay, I'm
I
using
just
it
don't.
in a negative
I
term.
know.
Like I don't
Yeah. It just
right.
makes men sound like they're cowards or babies,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
like
I'm not. That's why I was trying to
yeah,
clarify that this is not my situation. Like, no,
right.
but I was, using that as an example to say that people will allow you to meet their representative. Okay, and in my
Yeah.
situation, when the representative checked out and the real person was there, like it was obvious that I needed to take the nearest exit, and I did. It didn't feel the best, but I had to do what was best for me and also my children. You know what I'm saying? So now that I know better, I expect better, and now that I am better, I am requiring better for myself.
So what is better? Because I think I'm still messing up.
I think in my opinion, um, I think that women, which is kind of hard, right? Because you want a man that's gonna provide and all that type of stuff like that. But I think that women don't give men the chance if they don't make a certain amount of money, which is gonna lead me into my next
Yes.
question. But I think they don't even give you a chance. Like I was talking about this last night to somebody. I went to Popeyes and I was at the window ordering my food.
And you ain't even tell us.
I can have
Pardon,
that. I don't want
pardon
that.
me. But I ordered my food and they was like, "Oh, she like you" or something like that. I'm like, man, stop playing. I was like, I wouldn't even date nobody that work at Popeyes, And I don't think that a lot of like women would even look at people that do that type of stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they look at the
That's
job. It's
true.
like, okay, well, if you work at this job, then you make this amount of money. They just automatically assume you make that amount of money because you work at that job.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I
That's
don't
true.
know. I think it's a catch-22. I don't think to answer the question for myself. I think it go both ways.
Agreed.
I have never dated someone who made more money than me. I've never been in a relationship with somebody who made more money than me. I'll
So
put it
my,
that way.
I mean,
So go ahead, Lynn.
just at me next time. I mean, I feel like I mean, hey, I like Popeyes.
That's hilarious.
But listen, you know what's crazy? I don't think I've Damn, I don't think I dated anybody that made more money than me. No, you know what? I'm lying. But he ain't act right. That's the point. He made more money than me, and then we talking about 6 figures. I mean, better off. I mean, everything stable. That's what I
Right.
mean. He got it, and I
Right.
think that's what it is. Like he know he got it, so it's like he could take his time. You know what I'm saying? Like getting his together. And I ain't have the time. Like, listen, you want me? That's understand. You know, we understand that, but it was taking too long for me, so I had to remove myself from the situation.
Exit
Which,
quietly.
which is the which is the problem though, because no matter how we want to look at it, the facts are the fact. There's more women in the world than there is men. I think we all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you meet a man, probably the most asked for man is a 6 foot dark skinned man that make $100,000. Look how Lynn look. See what I mean? That's probably the most asked for man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you meet a man who got all the requirements, you gotta understand that is more women than men, and all of the women are looking for the same exact thing you got. So
Yeah,
it's the competition. We all dating the same guy.
but let me tell you why women like the tall, dark skinned guy. Because listen to me, okay? The short ones have the Napoleon complex. They be so angry all the time. Like, why are you mad? Why are you
I
mad
don't
at
think
me?
that's true.
Shit.
I want a guy who's taller than me, a little stocky. He can protect me, hold me, be a bear, keep me. He can protect me if somebody come in. If I got a short person and somebody robbing me, we dead.
Okay,
He can't protect me. But if
you
I got
proving my
somebody
point.
taller than me,
You proving my point.
listen, give me He-Man. I don't want no shrimp.
Give me that tall tree so I can climb and look afar.
Thank you.
I'm out this conversation because I got situation going on right now, and
Okay, Usher. Situation.
Nah, buddy.
everything you just said
Mm-mm.
that ain't no no bitch ass nigga right there. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, Smiley, I got a question. So, isn't your question, doesn't it kind of goes on the lines of what do you bring to the table type question?
Exactly. And which is
Mm.
kind of that's why I was saying about the money thing. It kind of lead me to the next question. I didn't want to keep jumping around. I didn't ask Dom this question before, and I'm pretty sure I asked Lynn
Okay.
this question too. So I'm asking you. With you in a relationship, I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but if you're in a relationship but looking for a
No.
relationship, are you looking for a man to make a certain amount of money? Like, do we have to make a certain amount of money for K. Marie to be with him?
I can't. Good question. Okay, so I wouldn't be with somebody who what?
That's why I'm here.
Y'all gotta be honest, right?
That's why I like talking to you. Keep
Yes.
me.
What?
We kind of
So I've had my share
Yeah, that's why I
of.
was laughing. Okay, go ahead.
I am so lost. I've
You
had
said
my
I'm gonna keep it
share
real. That's
of.
why they were laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had my share of the bottom of the barrel. Okay, so I'm not going to date below me. I know where I am right now. I know what I make. And if I have someone that makes a little bit, below me, I'm okay with that. If they make higher than what I make, I'm okay with that too. But I cannot date someone who is making that low $8, $10, $13. I can't do that. Mind you, if you in between, you've been laid off and this is what you had for the meantime, I'm fine. But you got to look for something better, because if we just so happen to move in together, how are you going to contribute to what I'm doing if I'm putting all of this in here? Like, when are we going to have means to do other things? Like the same is for him. If he's making a certain amount of money, I can't survive with you if I'm making $8 an hour. That is not going to happen. I'm going to have to find something better, because I know I like to eat. I'm going to have to pay for your bill at some point. We can't go out for steaks. Like, we going to have to share steaks, and I'm not sharing my steak. So it's like, no.
Wait a minute. Sharing a steak is wow. Saying in my strongest Molly voice.
No, that's not going to happen. Like, I can't. no, all jokes aside, like if I'm with somebody who's making 60, 70, $80,000, I can't roll up with him making 30,000.
Right,
What I
right.
look like? I can't support you if you get laid off. Like we homeless as fuck. We can't survive.
So is it a number though? Is it a real number, or is just he got to be able to do X, Y, and Z?
He gotta. I don't know.
Listen,
I think it is a number
listen,
because,
think
like
it
I
is
said,
a
you
number?
can't.
it's a
Huh?
number, but it's
You think it is a number?
I think at some point it is a number because, like I say, mind you, we've all made it on minimum wage jobs, but at
Right,
this day and age, you can't make it on a minimum wage job. That is
right, right,
impossible.
right.
So if, like I say, if I'm making a certain amount of money and you're making more than me, at some point I'm gonna have to look for something else to support both of us if you lose your job.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people think about that. So I think it does go back to a number.
But you don't have a
Not a
number.
specific number, but maybe a range.
Okay, so what's the range?
Well, shit, I just said it, Smiley. You can't do.
He said
listen,
He's looking for an actual number.
He want to know the
I wanna
bottom
know the
line.
number.
Yeah.
because he know
You
what I
can't.
said already. So,
I know, right?
but listen, let me
Okay.
be honest because I have to put a disclaimer out because if the dick is good, listen,
He can
I
I
make
know,
said that you got
$50,000 if
that
you got
golden
success.
pipe.
man. Listen, I told y'all I ain't shit. Like I could say this. I get with somebody that's making. They got like a nice career, but ain't really making like what I. But then they got some good dick and some good mouth, and I'll be like, you know what, God,
Wait, push pause for just a
Get your
second,
blessings
y'all.
other way.
So joining us in the comments from Instagram, 9hunters9. Thank you for joining us on the Queen Talk podcast. The question is, so basically a man has to be capable to assist in maintaining a certain lifestyle. And that question is for everybody. Do you need me to repeat it? Oh,
Yeah,
When you
repeat
mean
it.
a certain lifestyle, like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay. So they said, so basically a man has to be capable to assist in maintaining a certain lifestyle. And then it follows with, so you settle?
I think
No.
as the man in on the pod, I do think that we have to have a certain amount of money. And I didn't think this, and I know what lean number is. I didn't think this. I didn't think this until I started making that type of money. Like when I was
Mm-hmm.
making $50,000, but I feel like I'm still a good dude. I feel like that's enough, But when you
Mm-hmm.
start making more money, and I realized why women want more money because shit expensive. I like to travel,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
if I'm gonna pay for both our plane tickets, a decent room, probably 150, $100 to $200 a night, something like that. 3 nights, you looking at $700 before we even get there. Seven,
Yep.
eight, $900 before we even get to wherever we going. So I understand it now. And I really do, and
Oh,
I didn't understand it before I started making the money that I'm making. But
Mm-hmm.
when I'm
That's why I
looking
said.
at it, go ahead, baby.
I'm sorry. I was trying to fix it. 9hunters9, y'all. I apologize. I made a mistake. They
Mhm.
said that they were responding to Lean when she said what she said. So I thought that the question was being asked to everyone, but the question was specifically to Lean. It was something you said. And that's
read me my
oh,
question again. I'm sorry.
the question to you was, so basically a man has to be capable to assist in maintaining a certain lifestyle. So you settle? And 9hunters9, let me know if I read that right.
So
I think they
I think
talking
I
about
said.
because I think she's saying or whoever's saying that because she said if the penis will swell.
Oh,
I think that's what the question comes.
It's a swell. If you got a big Goldie over there, a big
Listen,
Goldie slinging pipe, then that's what she means.
How are you today? Swell.
well, listen, that word took me to a whole little different. I just started thinking all kind of stuff just now.
Ah! Wait, not swollen. Stop. Swell. All right. So for clarification, the first question was to all of us. All right, but me asking about settling for the penis. That's specifically what they were talking about. So that's what Smiley was trying to get you to understand what their rebuttal was about.
I ain't selling it for no $35,000 a year penis. that ain't happening. Listen, I don't give a damn if they swollen, if they swollen. Information. I'm not selling it for no $30,000.
I don't care if the dick from here to around the corner. Absolutely not.
See, that's what I said. We can't do that.
Broke ass.
Be having people in my inbox talking about they swollen and stuff. Don't come. For no 500.
Y'all crazy.
No 500 credit score, and look, I'm paying a $2,100.
Smiley, this what happens when it's swell, okay?
When it's swell.
This is what I mean. When you got that titter tatter, you like, damn, this person got most of the stuff, but they don't have everything. And then y'all get, acquainted, and it's like,
Yeah, okay.
So,
a perfect example of this topic is Tia Mowry. Remember, she met her husband. He was sitting at the bus stop. Her and her sister were on their way somewhere, and they are movie stars. And here's this guy at the bus stop, and she picks him up and everything. Yeah, literally. And from a few interviews, a lot of fans were like, this dude really doesn't like her. Like, you see how he treats her, you see how he responds to her, blah blah blah. And now we see them going through a divorce where they're asking for he's asking for support, spousal support, and different stuff like that.
He's asking for it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was asking for it. I thought he wasn't getting it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he didn't ask for it. Like, initially, that's what they were saying. So I don't know if anything had changed. But I follow her on Instagram.
No, I didn't hear that part. I thought he was just like walking away, like, oh, I'm not working. I didn't know that part. Because I was like, okay, he a real one.
I'm gonna keep it real. If I dated somebody that made a lot of money, and I see all these people like Michael Jordan and Blake Griffin and all these Dr. Dre who owe their spouse all this type of money. And I hate to see it. But at the same time, I think I hate dudes.
Say it.
I don't want to say it.
Wait a minute.
I hate dudes that ask for money from their wife when they leave. Like, go get a job and take care of shit yourself. Like,
yeah.
Well, I got an opinion.
And be a city girl.
I
ain't with all that.
Right. I got an opinion.
That's what
I don't believe in and I'm not gonna say because I was married, because I have a relative who has this. I don't believe in spousal support. Okay. You divorced me. Why do you still need? Why I gotta take care of you?
Well, go find a job. If the spouse was providing care for you, like, okay, so
bullshit.
Well, don't just say that because listen. In my situation, okay, this is me being vulnerable without giving a whole bunch of details, but the person who I was married to asked me to stay home to keep the kids and that kind of stuff like that, so that we wouldn't have a high ass like child care bill, because at the time he had 2 children and I just had my oldest. So that was 3 small children that we would have paid for. Now, this is the way he explained it to me to get me to hop on board, because I did not want to be a stay-at-home nothing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But he explained it in such a way like, listen, this would be the better option for our household, because if not, then that's more money coming from us, because we have to pay for 3 children to go to daycare, 3 small children to go to daycare, and the price for one child is a lot. So
Okay.
that's just an example of the spousal support, because I took the back
Oh,
seat in that
okay. I get
situation.
that,
But even
that
still,
were minor.
even in a divorce, no, it wasn't minor, because
No.
when
I
we
mean,
walk,
you had minors as far as children. You had minors
yeah.
under the age of
Well,
10,
I'm just giving
12.
that
That
I'm just giving that as an
I'm
example.
speaking
Yeah,
of,
I'm just
as far as
saying.
my relative, I'm speaking of her, female. Children are grown as hell. They mean they got their own children, okay? So she divorced my other relative and wants spousal support. I mean, hundreds, thousands of dollars each month. But you divorced me. Why do I still need to take care of you
Well, that's the
when
thing.
you grown?
It depends on what they divorced for. So if the person
I
who
don't get
was
that.
listen, I get it, but let's say the person who was taking care of you, right? There was infidelity, and your deal breaker was cheating. Okay, this person cheated on you, and they're taking care of you as their wife, and you decide, because this person has cheated on me, to walk away from the relationship. Spousal support will cover you to be able to, well, them to provide the same, I guess, um
Lifestyle.
same, well, not lifestyle, but the same care as they would. And it doesn't always go for like the
I'm
rest of
sorry,
your life.
y'all.
There are things that can be negotiated and that kind of thing like that, but that's kind of fair. It's not, it's not me asking for a divorce because I just don't want you no more. I don't want to
This
be
is
around
why
the
they say you
turmoil.
supposed to have it if okay for anyone else, not you, because at the time you said you had minors, so I'm not talking about you. For these other people, somebody else just got a divorce. It was one of the celebrities, and the wife is asking for like 400 something thousand a month. Baby,
Yeah,
what are you trying to live?
but that's the thing. You
No.
thinking about these celebrities who go out to buy
It
these
okay,
women.
but there are
Hey,
some people.
but
I'm saying in general.
yeah, but no,
In
like the
general.
situation
Like
is not an
why?
in
What you
general
said
thing.
no. What I'm yes, in general. I'm saying in general because there are these people or these women. I'm speaking of women. I'm not speaking of the men because maybe there's a speckled few out there. But these women that
That's gonna be
feel
wild.
that they want these women, why would you want to do that? This is why you're supposed to take your little for your rainy day fund. If you're getting allowance monthly from your husband, take your little rainy day fund, take it out of that and put it in a little stash for the days in case he decides to dip out, or in case you said you can't do this no
But
more. Now you got your money
but
on the side to get your own house.
now
But
listen,
now
but
I
listen,
feel that you look like a little gypsy on the corner begging for money. That's what I feel.
but look how that sounds though. You're saying that this person who is taking care of you, you're preparing for them to leave you. Some people will argue that you being down bad because you taking his money anyway, and you saving it for your
It's a
exit.
savings though. If you're putting
I
okay,
understand.
I'll
Yeah,
rephrase
I'm
that.
just saying I understand where you're coming from, but I'm just saying that
Right.
the point of spousal support is not a horrible thing. I'm just saying. I mean, in my situation, I didn't ask
I
for
guess it's a case by case
or I
basis.
mean, what's the name of that shit? Spousal support, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't have benefited from it, because this
Mhm.
I wasn't the reason why the marriage fell apart. However, that was the situation, so that's why I gave that example, well, that as an example.
Right.
But I'm just
I
saying
guess
that
it's
there are,
just based on the marriage. I don't know.
yeah,
Next
it depends.
question.
Wait, before we go on to the next question, nine answers nine, hop back in and said, but if y'all both working together, it would offset, in my opinion. That way the household wouldn't miss the money. Y'all agree
Also,
with that, or
going back to what the question Smiley had. Is that what that was?
um, I
I
think so.
think
Is your question to Smiley 9 Hunters 9?
I
he.
think that's what that was. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. I'm with
I
him.
Yeah,
think
when you were asking about the job and the household or something, I can't remember, but
I'll repeat the
it's
question.
true.
It
When everybody
definitely,
contributes.
yeah. So it says, but if y'all both working together, it would offset, in my opinion. That way, the household wouldn't miss the money.
That's
I
very
think
much
he was
true.
So he
saying
like
was
going
talking
fifty
about.
fifty on stuff? Like, I ain't going
Yeah,
50-50 on nothing.
Yeah, I don't agree with 50-50 either.
me
I
I'm
either.
not
think he
I'm
was
not
talking.
doing
I
Mm-mm.
think he was
50-50.
replying back to Dom when Dom was saying about the kids, him Dom staying at home and the kids being in daycare and all that. I think that's what he's talking about. Or she
Well,
talking about. I don't
well,
know.
here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. In that sense, I agreed with that because I'm just like, two incomes. It still would,
Mm-hmm.
be better for us to have two opposed to just one. But I'm saying that in that instance, I allow him to take the lead on it because he was like, this would, in my opinion, work better for us. Now, even though I explained, hey, if both of us are making the money, like, it doesn't matter. But I just, in that instance, I try to allow him to take the lead and feel satisfied in that, uh I guess, back and forth, because he really felt like that is what would have worked for our household. But I mean, I'm saying that eventually the marriage dissolved, and I was the person
Mm-hmm.
who was not working, so I was left to pick up the most pieces, is what I'm saying.
So let me
So
ask you,
something like spousal support would have been a benefit if I would have applied for that.
did it help? Did it work in y'all situation? Like when you was in the marriage
No,
and everything was fine. Do you think
no,
so? You feel like
no.
you should have worked?
Yes, and here's the thing, okay? It got to the point where I went behind his back, okay, and started applying stuff. Like, it was bad, like that whole situation was just a bad
Oh,
experience.
sorry.
But I would never do that because, for one, it taught me a lot about myself, Smiley. Like, I have always been a go-getter. I've always been the person who, wants to have my own money in my pocket,
Right.
go get my hair done, go get my nails done. Like, I'm not the girliest girl, but those are the things that I cannot live without. Okay? That's my me time. And if I get to the point where I can't do those things for myself, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm, annoyed, like all of those things. So, of course, when all of those things started to happen, it was, I guess, frowned upon on my end. And I'm just like, I'm not happy being here, staying here alone, where the only person that I can talk to is the children. And
Right.
literally, that's my whole day. And even when he would get home from work, the children would still report to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm their source all day long. They were little kids, is what they knew.
Right.
So it wasn't that I was upset with them, but that's how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids not gonna go to daddy for anything. Like, they coming to see what mommy want. What can I get from mommy? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in my situation, that was not the best situation for me. And that's a part of your question that you asked earlier. Would the standard be? Yes, the standard would be different, and it would definitely be in lieu of what will work for us. You know what I'm saying? But what works for us, would a part of it is saying what actually works for me to be happy in this relationship. And I think that that's a thing that we don't really discuss as Black people in our relationships. What needs to happen for this to work for you? Okay? And vice versa. I think that if everybody say what needs to happen for this relationship to work, for me to actually be happy in this space with you, for me to continue down the line with you, my forever and stuff like that, like, that's an important conversation in my opinion.
Dom, let me ask. So in that situation, being a housewife, how do you get funds? Like, do you have to ask, like, hey, I need money for such and such, or is that just something that he gives to you every day, every week?
In
How?
my situation, I would have had to ask.
Oh, girl, please.
So that's why I'm saying that I would never do that again. Like that's something that, like I said, this is me being vulnerable. I didn't come here tonight planning to share all of that with y'all, but I'm just saying that to say that that's something that people can learn from, because
Yeah.
really, I was just trying to go along. That was my first time being married. I really was like, and I have mentioned before that in the relationship, I'm usually the pleaser. You know what I'm saying? What do you need? How can I help? You know, that kind of thing. But as things started to, like wilt, that's when I started to see the things that I needed to be happy, to still want to come home to a person like this. But no, that wasn't a dime fund, here dime, this is a rainy day thing, you know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Go do this, go do that, because at the end of the day, he really wasn't making all that much anyway, which was my
Oh,
argument from the get-go
from the
to
get go.
say, let's do this together, right? But I went on ahead and finished my last semester of school, graduated, and I moved on. So, the rest is history. But I do
Yeah.
want to go to the comments, y'all. We have quite a few comments. All right, joining us on YouTube. Hey, Anthony. Anthony say yes, that's what it was about. I don't know what that's in reference to, but
I think that was your question. 9, whatever. I think that's.
oh, so now you can't 9 Hunters 9. That's you joining us on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up if so. And also they added, Anthony added, not in all cases. Some kids does go to their daddy, especially if they're actively involved. That is true. And
Mhm.
in this instance, okay, damn, I feel like I'm telling all my business. In this instance, the his children were living with us, so their mother wasn't involved.
Mm.
I
And
think
with my oldest son, like he was still involved in that kind of thing, so he would have his time away from us and that kind of thing, but it wasn't like a day-to-day thing. And when it came down to, me, like people don't really want to deal with babies more than moms, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta change diapers, we gotta feed, we gotta, like, they were small children, 1, 2, and 3. That was their ages at
Crazy.
the time. Yeah. And literally at those ages, like you have to do everything for them. Like one of them still had a pacifier in his mouth, just, to give you an example. And that was a learning lesson for me, because instead of me saying, hey, I need some of this to be handled by you because you're their dad, instead of me saying that, I was just like, let me just do what works for the kids, because I see that it's a need. Let me go ahead and just get it done. And I just did like that. But when things started to be apparent that only one of us was actually working, in the relationship, that's when, by that time it was already too late. And now the conversations seem like a argument, or seem like I'm complaining, like that was the rebuttal. Like, dang, you complaining a lot. Like,
Mm.
why is this? Why is that? Because everything is one sided about this. So, the point of me even bringing all of that up is that spousal support would be for people who have been in a situation like mine. It doesn't have
Mhm.
to exactly look like it, but in
Well, I sympathize for y'all, but them other ones, I ain't sympathizing for them.
Because K Marie, right? I mean, it's a lot of them that just want to take advantage. I
that's true.
think it's
Yeah.
men and women. So in your situation, I mean, maybe you should have gotten that. But I mean, just going back to
Mhm.
Lynn's question, I think if you going if I'm with a woman, I'm telling her she can't work, then I should be smart enough to
Providing,
just
yeah,
to just give her money. Like I wouldn't,
Mhm.
I would feel less than a person to have to go ask somebody
Yeah.
for everything all the time.
right.
So
And
I mean,
who wants
I don't
to?
want to make her feel degraded or something.
Yes, and who, and in my situation, a person who has always been the go-getter. Like, I don't even tell people I need help with shit. Okay, I just am gonna wreck my brain until I figure out how to do it, right? But if I have a spouse, I shouldn't have to do that. just point blank, period. And that's why I was saying that was a learning lesson for me to speak up, you know, and be able to say what I need and also what I want, because those things are essential in any relationship. Okay, even a friendship. Like, hey, I need for things to be a certain way for us, for this friendship to work, or for this marriage to work, and so on. It's just, it kind of sucks that it gets a bad stigmatism, because there are bad people who abuse the shit, but it's actually in place
Mm-hmm.
for people who have had a situation like my situation. But I would never stoop to, asking for anything at this point or any point, because I already knew how he was. Like, I wasn't dealing with a person like how you described, Smiley, who, would feel terrible for someone to want to have to ask you that. You know what I'm saying? You would put things in place so that she wouldn't. But in my situation, because I was with a narcissist, like, that was what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to be at his every beck and call. He wanted to have the power to say yes or no. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Like, those are like
Yeah.
mental abusers, emotional abusers. And, I couldn't stay in that situation. That's all I'm saying. But Anthony chimed back in and he said, but when a parent goes off, the other parent could at least relieve the other parent who's been there
With the
with those
kid.
kids all day. Agreed. And
Yeah.
then he added, you should at least know what your partner needs and wants. It may not be all of them, but a good bit of them. And I agree with that. I agree that it's not, everybody doesn't have the same sentiment. Everybody that is not going to respond to you the same
Right.
way. Everybody's not going to have your best interest at heart. So that goes back to what I was saying before about people letting you meet their representative. Like, I had a amazing boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
but the moment he became my husband, it was tragic. So that's my 2 cents.
And I
I'm trying to,
feel
I'm trying
that's
to,
how.
I'm trying to figure out
Wow.
the lesson in here. All I got was just cheat. It was that the
Oh my
lesson.
God, that was the lesson. Jesus Christ.
I was trying to.
Just cheat is wild.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
That's a lot of
Smiley,
God,
you
words.
got another question? You
Yeah.
have another question, Smiley, before I ask my question?
no, no, go ahead. I got a million questions. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
So, would you guys, would you guys date someone with children? Being that you already have your children, would you date someone with children?
Oh shit.
You
Well,
want? I'll go
listen.
first. Go ahead.
I'm about to say I don't mind going first, but go ahead. You
No, I was
you
just
know.
about to say I don't mind children. I love kids, but I don't want to date little kids. I don't want to date somebody with little like toddlers, like like maybe
Mm-hmm.
9, 10. That's a good age for me, because I'm just looking at the fact that if I want to do something with her, then she got
Mm-hmm.
to find somebody to watch the kids, or
Yeah.
I can't do it tonight because I have my kids tonight. That type of stuff like that. I figure if they 9, 10,
Mm-hmm.
11, 12, they could probably watch themselves while we go have dinner or something like that. So that's the only reason I say that. That's the only.
Mm-hmm.
See,
But I love kids.
first of all, let me bust your bubble because I feel attacked. I feel attacked. I don't know. Every time somebody says stuff, it just feels like it feels personal. Like, but it just feels personal. Like, first of all, that's why you have children that are older. So you have a built-in babysitter. Then that's what I'm saying. See, look,
I agree with that.
I travel. When I tell you,
Right.
I'm talking about out the country. I never listen. Kids ain't stopping nothing but peace of mind sometimes. But they don't stop. Kids, they
Facts.
don't stop nothing like that. Listen, that's what you do. Like if they got babysitting services. Like if you want to plan something, planning it. You know, let
Right.
it happen. Let it happen. You know what I mean? But
What?
you know what? And let me be honest. Y'all know at first, before I had my son, I didn't want to date people with kids. I did not,
Mm-hmm.
because it was a selfish part of me. Like I didn't want the guy to give his attention to nobody else but me. I told y'all I'm effed up.
That's fair for you to say that too. It is.
But listen, I'm honest. Listen, I'm honest.
Right.
But she changed.
If you were a guy, most men don't have their children, so they have their kids on certain days.
Certain days.
Every other weekend. So think about it. So when you messing with him and something you want to go out that weekend, I got my child. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay. I guess, baby, you know, and I'll be like,
I think that's why I feel the way that I feel, and I don't want to take on top of everybody else. But it's just when you have kids that's small, you know, sometimes they do take it up. You if they can't find a babysitter, because not all women like you, Lean. I know a lot of single mothers that always have their kids.
Yeah.
And if you dating somebody that got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old or something like that, like it's just gonna be hard to get a long time.
Yeah, that definitely was me, y'all. And y'all know this. Everywhere I went, my boys were with me. You know, especially my panic with that is that they have illnesses and stuff like that. That in the black household we are prone to say, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. You all right." And my greatest fear was even with them going to any of my family members, them actually being in a crisis and a family member tells them that and then they die. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, don't worry about it. I'll just stay home. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge sacrifice to, just always be with the kids. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun, that I don't get a chance to go out and date and that kind of stuff like that. However, they are much older now and they actually celebrate, mommy dates. Mommy, you got a date? Okay, let me see what you wearing. You gonna wear this? Okay, where y'all going? Okay, well, I hope you have fun. Like, they're good sports about it. But before they got to these ages, and even the ages that they're at now, like, I'm not leaving them for like hours and hours and hours.
Right.
It might be just 2 hours, but not more than that.
But again, I love kids. I love kids. Love kids. I don't mind doing stuff with kids, taking them to. Why you looking like that, Lena? I love kids though. I love kids. I wish I get baby fever sometimes, but I be thinking about it. Damn kids.
You know what? That's funny. Like, I have homeboys who talk about kids like they haven't had kids yet, and like it's like they have a biological clock like women, like the way they talk. I'm like, I never knew this was a thing amongst fellas because the men always put on a persona like that's not a big deal to them, but like they are just as interested in having families, creating families just as much as women are.
Well, men are more about legacy. Women are not about legacy.
Put that on a shirt.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Men want to always leave their names. Their names their names stop with girls. So men mostly, they want to have girls, but they need to have boys, so they names can keep going. But in my opinion, my children are 14 and 15. I'm not dating nobody with anybody younger than them. If they're younger than them, they need to be maybe a year younger. The most 2 years. Other than that, baby, I ain't wiping no more asses. I ain't wiping no noses. Nah.
Well, it's okay.
Y'all messing up my game right now.
Nah, Lean, you got it, Lean. Listen, I'm a babysit, but you gotta come pick him up. I ain't keeping him.
Wait, before y'all go on, we gotta go to the comments. We've been rambling for a little minute. Anthony chimed back in. He said it takes planning with someone who has smaller kids, and that's true. Like, I feel like a man who has patience with me with my children automatically has my heart, because it's just like you don't know what that feeling is like to feel like, dang, if I can't leave my kids with this person in particular, then I gotta leave them at home by themselves, and they could have an emergency while I'm out on a date. Like, I would feel terrible if something like tragic happens to them. So I get that. And then he added, you're not that bad, but some people have to have an understanding and compromise. And then he finished with,
Yep.
yes, it definitely stops with girls, unfortunately. Now, I want to add my 2 cents about this, okay? Because as much as I love children, guys, I don't want to have to do. I don't want the negative or the drama that comes along with it. Like,
What?
Kids or the mama.
with their kid's mom. And
Oh, the
I know
baby
that
mama.
every situation is different. I know that. But
Mm-hmm.
because I have had a situation where, I was just so hands on that both of the parents left the children with me, and I ain't have nothing to do with either of it. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was kind of unfair, and people neglect that with people who are good with kids.
Well,
And
let me tell you,
people
I'm
have
the
a hard.
best baby mama. I don't ask him for shit.
Well,
I'm the
that's what
best
I'm
baby
saying.
mama you can ever
But
ask for.
that's why I was saying that in my situation, I would rather, if I had a choice between one or the other, I would rather that he didn't. But if he does,
Mm-hmm.
and we are already, like, I'm really liking this guy, like, I'm not gonna not, pursue a relationship with him because he has children. You know what I'm saying? But if up front I could choose, then I would rather not.
Nah, it's gonna take God and all the angels to come and tell me that I can mess with somebody that still got a baby in diapers. I can't do it.
Diapers is a
I
lot, though.
feel
I ain't
like
gonna
I
lie.
have
Diapers is a
done
lot.
15 years. I have raised my children. I'm not about to go backwards. Now, if I had a small child, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, we can grow together. I ain't gotta grow with you no more. Nah, mine grown.
So what
No,
about what
sir, I'm
about
good.
what about pull-ups?
Oh shit. That means you still they gonna have shit breeds and stains and shit. Hell nah, man. I'm good. Nah, that still mean daycare. Fuck that daycare. Y'all, I'm
Yeah.
about to get
Yeah.
like
But
flashbacks.
yeah, daycare is a lot because I mean there's a lot that goes
Woo!
along with it. Like you literally doing everything for the child. Everything. Because they can't do it.
Yeah, listen.
Now y'all, let me
I
tell y'all
think
this. Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I was
Well,
just
no,
gonna
I
tell
was
y'all.
saying that, I think people who have children right now, I think that they are troopers because everything is so much higher now. It's like those
Now,
people who are surviving and paying for everything. Listen, I tip my hat off to y'all because it's like I don't think I would have been able to survive off of
Hold
the
on,
income that I had at the time. Shit.
hold on, Dom, read that comment because I
yeah,
need
I
to
was
hear.
about to. It
Go
said
ahead, my bad.
sometimes us as males have to pick better baby mamas because one of mine
Ooh, that's
is
true.
horrible, but the other one she's good. That's what
Ask
I
him
was saying.
who the good baby mama is.
Oh,
I'm still gonna name names.
Anthony, who's a good
I'm
baby
gonna name
mama?
nobody.
Look,
You're not gonna name that.
put the initials in the chat box.
I thank
Listen, let
God.
me tell y'all. For my children's dad, he now has two baby mamas, myself and another girl. We don't talk to his ass. Me and the other baby mama so cool. I can call her now. We be on the phone for hours. That's how cool we are. We
Yeah.
just picked the wrong one.
Boy,
That's all.
you must really be ain't shit that the baby mamas have like teamed up to say
I
fuck
know,
you.
right?
That is a lot.
When I
I
tell you that
think
girl so cool,
Look,
you be like,
they
damn,
don't talk
man.
about that. They don't talk about that.
Bruh, chill out. Look at this.
Ah, initials. Mommy, what you say?
I was saying I came out good. So my oldest daughter is not my like biologically my daughter, but I've been raising
Mm-hmm.
since she was 5 months. So of course that's my baby. But
Oh,
me and her mama been broke up since 2011. So
Wow.
yeah, so we've been broke up. So I was on the phone with my baby today, talking to her and trying to help her through credit. She trying to get her credit straight and all that type of stuff. So we was doing all that today. But I I think I say I came out good because I never been on child support. I never had like nothing like that. I mean, I was never married, so it wasn't no spouse support. I never been on child support or nothing, but I always took care of my kids too. So
Do you know I
That's
found out
good. I
that
am so glad to hear that.
if you're married to a person and you have children in the marriage, like not necessarily children together, but while you're married, like the children live under your household, if you can like file for child support for those
Yes.
kids, and they will
Yep.
be required to pay.
Because the court would see it as you took them in. The court would see it as you are the, should I say, the living dad or however. But yeah,
Yeah. All right. I
it's
just
up.
want to,
But
yeah, before we go on, I want to give Lean some kudos. Anthony said, my good daughter's mother is Lean. Like, we can co parent and compromise and work together. So, snaps up for Lean, y'all. Being a good.
go
mm-hmm.
Lee.
All right.
Y'all thought I'd be bullshitting. I told you I'm an awesome person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just
There
told
you
us
go,
you was
Lily.
talking
Thank
about, you just
you.
told us you was fucked up, man. Like, which one?
I'm both.
Today Wednesday. She ain't like that today. Today Wednesday.
Listen, Dr.
Catch her
Jekyll and
tomorrow.
Mr. Hyde. So, K. Marie, you had a question, right?
I asked it already.
Oh,
The
I was just making sure. Did you have a
if
question,
somebody
Lily, before I
asks
ask
you,
mine? Go ahead.
Hold on, Kate Marie.
Yeah, that's why I said go ahead.
I'm going back to Smiley. If somebody asks y'all, what do you bring to the table? What's your answer?
Bitch, I am the table.
Wait a minute.
Don't say that. Do not.
And then drops the mic and exits.
See, the Lord know what it is. That's why I shut it off. Like, you're doing too much. I mean, listen, I don't even come at men like that. I don't want to act like I fall back. I let them play their role, but you know, when shit get a little hectic, I be like, nigga, you don't make enough money to talk to me stupid like that. And then listen,
Put that on a shirt. Wait, and you can't just skate past that shit. Like, hold on. And then you said it with emphasis.
listen, y'all. I'm 95% of the time I'm easy going. You know, it gotta be some real cash money shit talking, or like, oh, I did this for you. I did this. Like, you supposed to do this. Like, if we together, if we married or whatever, this is shit you're supposed to do. But listen, let me humble you right quick. You like,
hold up. Be humble. Kendrick
what
Lamar.
you making a month is what I'm making 2 weeks. Like, so
shit. The
Okay.
world was not ready.
I'm still broke for everybody out there listening. I'm dependent. I am a dependent woman. I like to be kept. So don't run away. Don't run away. But listen, I don't do that. It got to take a lot for me to go there. Like, you know. But like I said, it's balanced. I want y'all to understand. Like, if the guy is not making that much money, trust me, his credit is A1. Or his, you know, like, finance because I'm the shopper. You know, like listen, I am that girl. Like, but I always say, like, well, I can spend it because I'll make it back, you know. So that's my thing, you know. I mean, you know, I have a little, you know, I got a little thing with me, but for the most part, I'm easy, but I'm not, and I had to go back to that. I can't be no housewife. Like, it's like me asking somebody to do anything for me more than once hurts me. Like, that shit hurts my heart so bad. Like, I can't.
It hurt to ask the first time.
Hurt,
like, I gotta ask you.
Yeah, I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you another dude.
And that's over. Listen.
What was y'all answer, Dom and K. Marie? Don't try to escape past this question.
I don't like that question.
Repeat the question. I'll answer it. I feel like
it was like
I gave so much of myself tonight. Like, I gave myself away. But what was the question? I don't mind.
If someone was to ask you, what do you bring to the table? What's your response? I already know mine. I hate the question. I've been asked that before.
I got a lot of shit that I bring to the table, man. Like a lot. And for me, when it comes down to dating, I don't want to be with someone who is bringing less than, because I feel like with what we can do together as 100% and 100% would be, on a level of 1,000. But I don't want to I don't want to be met with what's under what I do, and
Bottom of the barrel.
well, now I'm not talking about bottom of the barrel, but I don't want you to be beneath me. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way that I can put it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I it's not just, I bring a job to the table, or I bring love, or I bring care, or cooking and cleaning and stuff like that. Like, with shit that I'm not familiar with, when it comes down to you, like, I'm researching shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes down to like sex and different things like that, like, I'm paying attention to like pressure points, and how we can like have ecstasy, like when we in this together. You know what I'm saying? I look at Karma Sutra. I read about like sensual like scents, different colors. Do you know that wearing certain colors like automatically like arouses the eye? And red was not one of the colors on there. How about that?
That's my favorite color too.
Really?
I love red.
Listen, it was yellow of all colors. They were saying that wearing yellow is more sensual than red, because they were saying that red just is red and I'm sorry, yellow and black, but not them mixed together. There was like one or the other. But they were saying that black is a color of like sensual, all of that. And they were saying that because yellow is a bright color, like it's a calming feeling, so your mind is not as tense anymore. Well, I gotta please this person, I gotta do this, I gotta say the right things, I gotta this. Like, your mind automatically like woosah, and then you're able to just be in the flow, and that like increases the overall experience. And that's just what I read. But it's little things like that. Like, if I know you have a favorite team, man, like, I'm up here trying to find out, what's the best gift for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do just because it's Wednesday type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come home from a hard day of work, I got your favorite beers, you know what I'm saying, on a table, like filled with ice. And then if you like the wings and like party food and shit like that, like, I came home and cooked, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about the experience, because I want what I give to you to be unforgettable.
See, look,
even if we don't work out, like, I want you to remember me, like Jesus said. Not Jesus, the guy on the cross next to him. Remember me when you go into your kingdom. I want you to never forget your experience with me. And that's what I bring to the table every time, like 100 toes down.
Listen, and that's a lot of the stuff that you named to me sounds like a lot of wifey stuff. Like, you do, it sounds like you do wifey stuff. And listen, you don't even know you're doing it. You getting the favorite favorite beer.
I'm not.
Listen, you asking, you getting all the in-depth questions. I'm just asking niggas if they like the ass eat or not. Like, I'm that's what I'm just asking.
You be like the ass ain't you said?
Wait a minute.
Listen, I don't got nothing else for him. I don't know what else to
I think that just came out the ass.
That came out the ass, literally.
That is we do not condone this on.
We do not. The cast and the crew does not condone.
Oh my god!
Podcast. Now, listen. We went overtime, like we did before.
Hold on. K Marie ain't answered. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm with.
I was about to say, I was just gonna ask y'all if y'all cool to keep going, or do y'all need to stop it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, just like what, 5 more minutes? I'm good. I I bring the meats and the potatoes and the corn. I bring everything to. I'm like, Dom. I do it all too.
Wait a
Uh,
minute. When she
she
said
said it
she
all.
gotta share the steak, dog. That took me.
Yeah, I ain't no.
Well, just
Listen, I'm
imagine
so
that
serious
good.
about that.
If
I'm
they
not
say
sharing my food.
goods and you trying to, oh man, that's some. Look,
And you stick your fork on my plate.
oh
I'm
man, just
so sick
imagine
of
sharing
it.
potatoes and stuff with
Man,
somebody and they eating
K
a lot
Marie
of it.
is
Like,
such a
damn.
guy.
That's a
I don't like sharing my food.
That's
I'm
different.
so serious. You stay over there.
It's different for
I don't
me,
like
y'all,
it.
because I be like, okay, I'm one of those people where I want to try what you have. Like that's the whole point of me getting
yeah.
something different on the menu.
But
So
Oh,
ask
along
first.
with
nah.
me, along with
Listen,
me trying what you have, like I got a fork full. Like here, try mine. You know, like
look.
I even do that with my boys.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. So that kind of thing doesn't bother me, but it's so funny hearing people say that that's a issue for them.
no.
Look,
Even down to
I didn't ask you a
my
question
mama.
tonight. So this
Like,
is my question. Do men really get mad when we eat off their
Yes,
plate?
yes, yes,
And
yes,
Aaron, what you got to say to that?
Listen,
yes. Because
listen.
this is my
I
thing about
think
it. Like y'all don't even let us talk to God before y'all be going in our plate. Like I'm sitting up here, I'm sitting up here, saying my grace or whatever, and I hear a fork on my plate. Like, let me finish talking to God for you
I
start
say I
being.
don't do that.
Listen.
I ask. I ask first. I'm more of I'll ask you, hey, you gonna share with me or can I have some? And I expect you to do the same thing. Don't just come put your hand in my plate. And then if you double dip, like I don't even want
Oh
it no more.
man,
Double dip.
that was
Listen,
it.
I didn't know what double dip was until I dated a guy who double
Don't
dipped.
you double dip.
And
Don't and ooh,
I
Lord.
just
So
I was
this
like,
is another thing.
what are you doing? And he was like,
I
I
told
said,
y'all.
man, and he was eating some nuggets that like it actually was my nuggets, but I mean he grabbed some of mine, which I like I said, I didn't care. And like he bit off of it and then dunked it back into the cup. I'm like, what are you doing? And so he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you I double dip." Man, I wanted to flip all that shit over. Like, you
Listen,
don't,
I thought it
you
was.
don't do that.
Y'all didn't want that shit no more.
I thought it was a joke, but I think my ex husband really hate that I did that. But I thought he was being funny, but I think he really didn't like that. Now I'm really thinking like, damn,
No.
I don't think he
This
liked
is
it.
why you get separate sauces. No, and if you get queso, if we get one
Listen,
queso, I need to get my separate bowl.
it tastes
Man,
good.
what?
It tastes better off somebody else's plate. To
Oh
me,
my
it
God. That's
always
what
Mm-mm.
that
tastes
be
better.
the number one thing they say. That'd be the number one thing they say. It tastes better off your plate. We got the same thing. What are you talking
Wait,
about?
But
Tastes
it
better.
might taste better. It looks better. Like, listen, we got to a point where when we went out, we all even if we want the same stuff, we order different things because I'm gonna eat whatever he had. So we got that was a part of our compromise. Okay, well you gonna eat off my plate. I'll buy something different and we'll just, But I think he really hated that. Like I'm talking about to the point where like I asked him, and I'm like, well, if my new guy asks, what want, something that you don't like about me, and he's mentioning food. Like I'm like, food, like that's the only. He
listen to
said
me.
you
I am
greedy.
cracking up, y'all. I got an uncle right now. Okay, my only uncle. Matter of fact, my uncle like gets so mad. Like
Oh my God.
He froze.
he was like, listen to me. When you on a date, don't you stick your fork in that man food. You order what you want and you eat what you ordered. I'ma
Right.
pay for it. I don't care what you order, but don't you put your fork in my plate. I'ma be so mad. He said, I don't even want it no more. You eat it. I'm
But
All
why
like,
you
right.
got? But why you gotta
really?
be like that? I don't understand. Like why people have to be like that. Like food. You never, as a child, somebody had chips and you eat the chips
Because
and the chips taste so damn good. You like, God damn it, this, I'm eating. And then you go home and after school you buy those same chips and the shit don't taste the same. So my mind is programmed.
Wait a minute, dog. I was gonna say something different.
Listen, as a child, I've been programmed to think that other people's food, even if we have the same exact thing, it tastes better when it's coming from somebody else. And so I automatically like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm that. Listen, ask me for a bottle of water. I just instantly get thirsty. Like I'm like. I go get the water.
Wait,
and I'm like,
do you open the water and sip out of his water first and then give it to?
Yeah.
Now
like
that's
that.
free.
Yes, I do. So y'all get what I'm saying? I say I'm not shit because I know it's things that I do that may be small but big to other people. Like I really do that. Like I'll go get if I gotta go get the water, I get whatever. I do get thirsty. Like it just like they walk to the kitchen, did something, and
But you could have got 2 bottles of water while you were walking.
Yes,
That's the whole thing.
2 whole bottles.
I ain't want no water. I just wanted a sip.
That's just like I never forget. This was years ago. My mama, I love my mama lasagna, and if she sees it, she might kill me for saying it, but I don't care. So I love her lasagna. So I asked her to make me a pan of lasagna one time. So I bought everything she needed. I told her, asked her what she need. I bought everything. I bought more so she can make her a pan of lasagna as well. Made the lasagna. She asked me to come pick it up. I came, picked it up. She eating her lasagna. She's eating the lasagna out of her pan. So she was like, "Can I get a piece of your lasagna? Because your lasagna look better than mine." I'm like, "It's the same lasagna.
It's a difference.
That just came out of the same oven that you made it.
Y'all would never understand. It's a difference. It's a
That's
difference.
crazy.
I think it's just a woman thing, though.
You're
I
eating
think
your
it is.
lasagna right now.
I
Like
think
you're
it is a
eating your
woman
lasagna.
thing because it's not a big deal to us. So that's
It's a
why we are
woman
like,
thing.
why is it such a huge deal to you guys? But like, apparently there's like a Bible that these men go by. Like it's blasphemy for you to stick your fork in their food. They really be mad.
I'm with the men on that. I'm sorry. I'm with the men.
Yeah, listen, what's
That's
funny?
right, Kay
Yes,
Marie.
yes. I was like, damn. Like I never realized
What?
it was a problem like that. Like till now, y'all, I'm really like, damn. I probably could have saved my marriage just
Your marriage died because you was eating
on my own plate.
Let me tell you, that is so crazy.
Just so you know, that's
No,
about to be one of
My
our
thing,
season 2 clips.
my
Man.
thing is, I'm gonna tell y'all my thing is, and then we can go. If you ask me for some, let me give it to you. Don't stick your fork in my plate. Let me give it to you. Because I believe in with wash back, and I believe in saliva transferring. Like I can even get a new spoon. It don't matter. Don't start. No.
You know what I'm about to ask.
I know what you're about to ask. I don't want you to ask it. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I would get a new spoon. I would get a new fork, and I will give it to you. Just don't put your saliva wet fork or spoon on my plate. No, I'm very anal about that.
Okay, Marie. Speaking of anal,
don't ask.
Listen, this is the same man that you done kissed all in the mouth with your tongue.
It don't matter. It's totally different.
And listen,
it's totally different.
He done stuck his tongue in your here, there, and everywhere.
It don't matter. That's different.
His fork? Man, that's wild.
That's wild, boy. That's wild.
No, it's totally different. I don't like it.
I don't lie.
When I tell you, it makes me skin crawl.
Your mouth, man. Don't put your.
I say that. I really do say that.
Technically, she knows what a mouth been.
That's why. That's why
she said no.
No. Listen, real quick. I just saw something on TikTok, or Facebook. And a girl was crying because her and the guy that she was messing with, like he wanted some donuts. Like she went, I guess she spent all her cash money. He wanted to buy his food. She brought literally everything in his house, food, and then he wanted donuts. And she brought him a dozen of donuts, and then she brought maybe like 4 to bring home for her kids. So she had her bag, with the 4 and a dozen for her boyfriend. So the boyfriend went to the bathroom or something, and she took one of his donuts. Mind you, just those 2, her and him. And she took one of the dozen, right? One out the dozen. So she said he came and he like jacked it out her hand, like, what the hell are you doing? Whatever. She crying, y'all. She really crying. Like,
it's not funny.
He said, you have donuts like, but this is for my kids. Like, it's only 4 of them. I was gonna eat one. Just eat.
Oh man.
12. Girl, he took the donut, put it back, and taped the box up, and told her, "No, you cannot." You cannot have my stuff. Like, you cannot have it. Like,
relationship over. You a selfish motherfucker. Like,
girl, that man, and mind you, she just brought a house. You know, she may have
house full of food.
A house full of food, because that's why she was out originally. And he was like, "Oh, give me some donuts while you're out."
And she can't have one donut. One.
Oh, that's a little selfish, though. I
would have slid my whole ass across them donuts now. When you open these donuts, you can get a whiff of my ass while you're at it.
Then he taped the box up, like.
And then he taped the box, man. Listen,
ain't nobody getting these donuts.
Y'all, we've been running our mouth. Anthony been chiming in, like, he got so many comments. He said, "It seems like you're setting a standard that would be hard to follow in a lot of cases." I think that was.
I forgot. I don't know what that was.
I think that was in reference to what I was talking about when we were talking about what you bring to the table.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
He said, "Hell yes, because you can get what you want, and especially if it's good too. Come on." And then also he finished with, "But at some point, as the relationship goes on, you can tend to expect it to happen because you know it becomes a routine thing." Touche. But that's why I was saying we've been talking so long that I know his comments.
We've been talking forever.
Yes, we have been running it. Now, before we leave out, I did promise you guys that I need you to go in and vote for your fan favorite on today. Which one definitely are you going to give your points to? Is it going to be Lean F Baby? Is it going to be Smiley? Hey, with the gun? Is it gonna be K Marie with the male's perspective from a woman's point of view? Wait a minute! It's over with for all of us. And also you can still vote for your host in that process. Yeah, I had so much fun on tonight, as per usual.
Yes, as usual.
It really was good. We went over for our birthday episode a whole hour and 27 seconds. I mean, I'm sorry, hour, 27 minutes and 13 seconds. Ha ha ha! I had to get my mouth together. So, if you guys like tonight's episode, oh, it came in really loud. Hold on, come on down. Hey, we be vibing on this show, y'all. And I know y'all heard that in the beginning. This Dom on the beat. That's right. Every single sound of music that you hear on our podcast has been originally created and provided to you by yours truly. All right. So if you want to vote for me as your fan favorite, just give me one of these in the comments. All right. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us on tonight. We had such a great time celebrating 1 year of live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Now we have added Instagram to the mix, and I'm so glad you guys joined us on our Instagram channel. Every Wednesday night, join us at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until next week, I'm your girl, Dom. Bye, y'all. Bye. Hey. Bye, guys. Yeah.